And perhaps you're kneeling today, if that's comfy at all. So kneeling maybe with a block in between your hips and your heels, if you need that, or a cushion in between your hips and your heels to just lift the lower back and lengthen through the spine. Let's take a Kash Mudra, pressing our middle finger and thumb together. The other fingers outstretched to the sides. I'll just close this door. As you soften your shoulders back down, and start to tune into the depth of your breath. With an inhale, rising through your body, expanding your lungs in all directions, filling up to the top. As you exhale, softening down through your body and drawing lower belly in, noticing the ground below. Inhale to lift up through your body, the space of your body, expanding. Exhale, softening, letting the air go out, and noticing the space around you, drawing lower belly in at the end of your exhale. Inhale to inflate again in all directions through your lungs, feeling the back of your lungs if possible. Exhale, softening down, noticing the wave of your breath releasing and drawing the lower belly in at the end. Keeping that going for a few more breaths, please, with your own rhythm, your own flow. And maybe you imagine the center of your torso as a hollow bamboo pole, that the breath moves up and down the center column, called the Sushumna, the column of light in yogic terminology. And as you breathe up and down your spine, you can imagine this as a hollow bamboo, and the wind, the air, the sound of your breath, creating a sensation, creating depth and your own awareness. Taking a few more breaths like this, and maybe focus on the sound of your breath, creating Ujjayi breath, victorious breath, the sound of both the inhale, the exhale, softening through you, feeling into the softness of your breath. And today we'll move with softness throughout this month, noticing to soften more with our breath, with our body, with our mind, with our actions, with our life. Taking one more breath, please, with your own natural rhythm. Great, let's come to a kneeling position if you haven't already chosen that for your original seat, please. If you find kneeling kind of hard, you can always have a cushion beneath the tops of the feet, a very thin cushion or a blanket, or in between your heels and your hips to lift you up a bit. But we're going to rise now with an inhale, lift our body up to the top, reaching our hands together, look up and then lengthen even more. Drawing lower belly in as you exhale, and then soften your hands back down, lowering back down to your heels with your hips. Keep that going 4 more times. Inhale to rise, lifting up your gaze, lengthening through. Exhale, drawing lower belly in to protect your lower back and yoke your core as you descend. 3 more big breaths, breathing deep, allowing your breath to sweep through you in the rhythm of your breath. And here we can imagine that we're flowers or seeds with springtime opening to nature and spring equinox this weekend, where we have a theme of rebirth and transformation. As you breathe, allowing your breath to be this transforming force, growing, expanding, releasing, recycling. Great, and as you come back down, let's stay down now. Let's sweep one arm overhead, just have a nice stretch through. And then you can either keep this arm in stillness or circle it round carefully to the back space, opening your shoulder, maybe you bend the elbow a little bit. Notice the softness, trying to create this feeling of softness with your breath, breathing into any areas of tension. You can slow it right down if you need to. And this next time, let's take our hand behind and just hold it in space for a moment to feel the stretch to the inner arm, across the armpit, and then placing it down on the ground behind you, just twist to that side, maybe taking the opposite hand to your thigh area as you turn to that side over that shoulder. Have one breath here, please. Big deep breath through. Great, let's take the original hand back down to the ground and that original hand overhead again, so we're not switching hands yet. Take your hand behind your head and lift your elbow up now. Feel an extra deep stretch through the side body. Notice your feet pressing to the ground. Now let's take this elbow towards the opposite side body and just feel into our back of the ribs, the side of the spine going down to your hips. We'll link this with our breath. With an inhale, lift the elbow up, looking up to the sky. As you exhale, turning to the ground again, looking down. Twice more. The inhale to lift, lifting heart and gaze. Exhale to turn, softening your shoulder and your jaw. Once more, inhale to rise, and exhale to turn in, drawing lower belly in as well if you can. Inhale, coming to a center point. Let's reach the arms wide, please. Looking up as you exhale, cross your arms over and hug yourself into center. Slight drawing lower belly in as you round and tuck your chin to your chest. Once more, inhale, lift your arms wide like heart wings, and exhale, cross the opposite arm over if you can remember, tucking your chin in and drawing lower belly in once more. Inhale, lift the arms wide, and then dropping to the other side that we didn't do last time. Reaching our arm overhead in this big arc of a new moon in Pisces at the moment, and then choosing whether you'd like to stay in stillness again or move this arm like last time. Again, noticing the circle, especially softening through all of this side, noticing any difference. And as you know, Pisces is a sign of a fish swimming through water, of balance, of space, of ethereal energy and of dreams connected to Pisces energy, and how we can dream our life into what we would like it to be, how we would like to live our life is really important at this time. So noticing that. Let's hold the arm in space as you just look behind again for a moment. And then dropping that hand down, taking the opposite hand to your thigh as you turn to look over the shoulder. Looking into what you would like to achieve in your practice as well. What would you like to bring into your body with your breath and ignite? One more breath here, please. Bring the breath into ignite, what you'd like to dream. And then let's take the hand back down to the ground. Reach the hand overhead again. Touch the back of your head with that hand, that original hand that was arching. Lift the elbow up and look up to the sky. Exhale, let's take the elbow to the side body, crunching in again. Inhale, lifting up to the top. Keep that going. Allowing your breath to free up the tension and drawing lower belly in as you move into the arching into center. One more time. Inhale to rise and exhale to curl in, drawing lower belly. Inhale to lift up to center. Let's lift our arms wide again, looking up. And two more hugging breaths as you exhale, cross your arms over, rounding your back slightly. Inhale to lift and open your heart wings. Exhale to cross the opposite arm over and tuck your chin in as you draw lower belly. Inhale to a center point. Lift your hands out to the sides again, and then let's do some little arm movements. So we steady our head to be in the center of our shoulders, just looking forward parallel to the ground. Take your palms down to the ground and then do little flapping arm wings. And then let's turn our palms backwards, noticing all the muscles, the ligaments, the connection, the fascia around our arms and our shoulders. Great, and one more as you turn the palms up, just noticing the back of the shoulders, the outer arms. Great, let's take our hands down to the ground, coming into tabletop position please, spreading the fingers and your thumb, press your shins to the ground and the tops of your feet. With an inhale, lift your heart, take the tailbone back, notice your inner thighs as well with your cat-cow. Exhale, grounding, drawing up through lower belly. Feel the inner thighs again, tucking chin to chest. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, looking forward. Lift your gaze and your heart, your tailbone. Exhale to ground and notice your wave with your breath. The wave of your breath and your spine through your body. Notice if you can soften the back of the body even more. And as you breathe with your own rhythm, allowing the breath to be in this transforming, rebirthing quality, noticing and softening. One more breath as you exhale this time. Draw lower belly in and just stay there for an extra breath. Have an inhale as you round and arch, press the ground away. And now as you exhale, let's look forward and stick out our tongue, lion's breath. Twice more, inhale to round, arch, press the ground away. Exhale, looking forward, stick out your tongue, releasing, transforming. Once more, inhale, arching as high as you can. And exhale, lion's breath. Great, let's go back to child's pose now, taking our hips to our heels, lengthen the hands overhead. Maybe you just stay with the hands flat to the ground and you're swaying, or you can come up onto your fingertips for an extra stretch. Maybe you sway to just feel into the softness. And like the breeze, the wind at the moment, everything blowing with nature, allowing your breath to blow any tension away, and this swaying motion to ease tension as well. Loosening it up and dissolving it to the ground. Let's take our hands over to the right, please. Both hands over as you stretch. Press your hips back to your heels and notice the left side of you. Maybe your left hand steps over your right a bit more to stretch a bit further. Have a sighing breath perhaps, loosening your jaw, and maybe you even stick out your tongue again with lion's breath. Let's one more breath here with an inhale, lengthening, expanding through the lungs. Exhale, sighing or lion's breath. Moving over to your left side, please, taking hands all the way over. And again, stretching through, pressing the hips back, taking the right side of your body in your awareness. And maybe your right hand over the left. A few breaths and sigh out, or sticking your tongue out on your exhale for lion's breath. Taking one more breath together with an inhale and an exhale. Coming back to center, let's come back to a tabletop position and start to circle round with our shoulders, our hips, noticing the circle going to your wrists, your shins, down to the feet. I'm trying to even out the side bodies. So if you're swaying the circle to one side, let's reverse it to the other side now. And this side will probably be the tighter side of your body. Just spending a bit more time here on this side, circling around, noticing the stretch to the hip, across the shoulder, Maybe your head gets involved and you let your head soften fully, allowing the softness to move through you, the softness through your jaw, across your neck, the back of the shoulders, down through the back, the hips, softening as fully as you can now, softening in this big circle round, letting the softness create transforming energy. One more big circle. Great, let's come to a center point, please. Then we'll take our left forearm to square the top of the mat. Reach the right hand above your head and then just let the forehead go to the forearm. Stretching through this right side, softening to the ground. Allow your heart to melt towards the mat in this half melting heart posture. Feeling the stretch through the inner armpit down through the side of the body. You can keep your hips high and just press them back a bit more to invite the stretch to be a little bit deeper. And as we stretch our armpits, it helps the lymphatic system of our body, creating good immune, strong support, and clearing toxins. Taking one more breath and possibly sighing out or lion's breath again, sticking out your tongue as you exhale. Inhale to prepare. And now exhale when you're ready. And then let's come up onto the right hand under right shoulder, but just move your left hand forward so the left forearm is still on the ground, the left elbow under shoulder. You're going to circle around this left shoulder, noticing which direction again you choose as the circle, trying to soften your jaw, your neck, and the other shoulder as well to the right. And then let's circle the other way. And again, this other way will open up any tightness with a shoulder blade to the back and the outer arm. Trying to soften your head and maybe sway your head a little bit again. And creating this big circle of softness through your left side, through your feminine moon side. One more big breath. Great, let's come to a center point with both hands on the ground, please. Just have a little sway from side to side. You may feel like your left shoulder is quite activated with the right armpit, and maybe you feel the right armpit with more spaciousness now. You can sense the right armpit a little bit freer and open. Okay, let's go to the other side, taking the right forearm to the ground, left arm above your head, taking your forehead to the forearm and leaning back again. Noticing the left armpit and the stretch to the inner arm. And as you breathe, releasing to the ground, softening, melting your heart to the ground, allowing each breath to soften even more. Maybe you're sighing out. And if you like, you can create lion's breath again. We'll have 2 more breaths here. Feeling into your breath, softening, releasing tension. Noticing this side. Now let's inhale, lengthening. As you exhale, sighing out or lion's breath. Coming up with the left hand to the ground and then just move the right forearm so the hand is forward again. Left hand under shoulder and right elbow under shoulder, setting up like we did last time. And again, circling this way, choosing which way you want to circle first again. Noticing this side, how it feels and how different it is. Our right masculine side connected to the moon. Often if we're right-handed, we have a bit more tension in our right shoulder. It can be different for every one of us. And then circling the other way, softening in this other direction as much as possible as well. Softening your head, allowing the head to be a big circle round. Softening your jaw. Keep that going, breathing deep. Well done, everyone. Feeling into delight and joy of your practice, freeing up and creating this openness, this expansion for your day. Okay, let's come back to a center point and then taking our hands to the ground again in a normal tabletop. Tuck the toes under, lift your knees off the ground, have a little bit of a hover of the knees. If you like, you can start to lift the knees a bit more and then drop them a bit more to just activate your core even more, drawing the lower belly in, keeping the hips level, or just keep the knees still, press the ground away, spread the fingers, looking forwards, lengthen through the spine, soften your shoulders away from your ears. Great, let's take the hips back, well done for that, and pedal out your feet. One knee bends as the other heel presses down. Have a stretch through, hands are shoulder width apart as you know, lifting your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe shake your head lightly, yes and no, a little bit to ease any head tension. Let the head hang with softness between your shoulders. Trying to soften as well in the strength of this stretch in our downward facing dog. Let's bend our knees, feel the inner thighs again and widen across your glutes. To widen your sit bones, notice that strength there, but also notice the widening, softening and allowing more space for your lower back, creating this tilt of the pelvis slightly as you bend your knees, lengthen through your spine, lifting your lower back in your awareness and lifting the tailbone up a tiny bit more. It's strong, but trying to keep it soft as well. One more breath, softening as much as you can through your face, your jaw, your shoulders, your hips, your legs. Great, let's walk our feet forward towards the top of the mat. They don't have to go all the way forward. And move them so that they're parallel hip distance apart, please. Have a little sway with your hands either to your forearms, your elbows, or your hands can be to the ground. Let's shrug our shoulders a few times as we dangle here. And as you bend your knees softly, feel the strength of your legs, but trying to notice that softness as well. If there's any tension, you can just breathe out and sigh. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your face, even relaxing your eyes as well, the back of the eyes, relaxing. Maybe shrugging your shoulders a few more times one way and then the other way, creating a circle with both shoulders together. And possibly shaking your head again, yes and no lightly, relaxing. Letting all the weight dangle out of your body, dropping to the ground. Let's let our hands go now and start to have a little bit of a bounce coming up through our knees, through our body, swinging our arms. Letting this bounce take to our whole body. So we're swinging and bouncing and freeing up energy. You can let the arms just swing. And here we can do a few hard breaths. Link this with our breath a bit more. So let's slow down the arms a little bit. And with the next inhale, lift your hands up overhead. As you exhale, heart, take a forward fold and sigh out. Inhale, lift it up again to the top. Exhale, ha, sighing out. Once more, inhale, rising. Exhale, ha. Inhale, coming up to the top, reaching hands up overhead. reach to your fingertips. Feel your feet on the ground, but big stretch through. Now exhale, let's press the palms together. Take the hands to the center of your heart. Soften your shoulders. Maybe you shrug them a few times if that activated them at all. And as you press to your feet, closing your eyes, noticing all of that activation, the tingling, the effervescent quality of your energy. Taking a few breaths just to center, closing your eyes and noticing within. Noticing your breath with softness and the sound of your breath once again. And let's take our hands to our lower belly, over our womb area. And this in Qigong and many other practices are called Dantian, lower Dantian. For women, we have our right palm to the lower belly and the left palm over, so left hand over right. And as you just tune into your center here, of your sacral chakra, connected to the moon as well, and to water, the water element of Pisces and the rains that often come in springtime. Let's just have a few breaths, closing your eyes again, softening. Notice how water can be soft and yet very strong. And all the different qualities that you connect to with water. Maybe you think of one quality that you really admire or get excited with water, that excites you and brings you joy. And move with this quality with your breath. Let's move our hands out to the sides with an inhale, reach the hands up to the top. As you exhale, turn to one side, turning that foot out slightly, and then lower down, just bowing down. Lifting up through that same side, reaching up to the top, turn both feet parallel, and then we go to the other side. As you exhale, turning that foot out, bowing down, bending the knees, softening through. Keep it going, inhale to rise up, and exhale to turn, softening your knees and bowing down. Feel the stretch to your lower back. Inhale to rise, and exhale to turn again. Bowing and balancing the left and right, feminine and masculine, the moon and the sun. Breathing deep, feeling into your breath, and like you are a willow tree in the wind with the breeze and the breeze around you. And one more to each side, please, and noticing the opposite side that you started with, ending on that side, please. Inhale, rising up to the top. And exhale, let's take our hands to prayer, to our hearts for a moment, and then lowering them again to your Dantian. Left hand over right, softening your shoulders back, closing your eyes, feeling into your body's balance. And sealing this into all your organs and the water of your body. Blessing through with your breath. Blessing you, blessing your body. Blessing your mind, your heart, your space. Blessing with the breath. One more breath. Great, let's expand on this now. Stepping our right foot out to the side and the left foot back a bit, as if you were about to take warrior one stance. So we turn to that side with the right foot turned out straight. With an inhale, reach the hands up overhead, straightening the front leg. As you exhale, bend the front knee, press the arms forward and lengthen, leaning forward. Feel the stretch to the back heel as well. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, bending the front knee, pressing the hands forward. Sweeping with your breath, your own time. Let's take 5 more big breaths, noticing your breath, allowing the breath with the movement to guide you. Whatever is your own movement, you don't necessarily have to copy me. And noticing the reaching, lengthening as you inhale, the grounding and pressing away as you exhale. Keep it going, softening through. Well done, everyone. And into the back heel as your root, the back glute, your legs strong as you bend that front knee. One more big breath with an inhale to rise and an exhale to gauge the hands forward. Great, take the hands wide and open out to the side. Both feet come to parallel. Turn your palms up and maybe you widen the feet a little bit apart from each other in Stantrasana form. Feel into the strength of your body in the star, stretching out to your fingertips, the strength of your arms, trying to soften your shoulders, softening as well. Okay, let's turn the toes out to the sides, bend the elbows, palms facing forwards in goddess pose. Bending down as deep as you like, so you don't need to bend too deep. And just check that both feet are level. You need to move mine a little bit and take both knees over both heels. And the knees are pressing back with your shoulders pressing back with the elbows and your heart lifted. Lengthen through your spine, feeling into the strength and trying to soften again as much as you can. Let's move with an inhale, reaching up, straightening legs and arms, looking up perhaps. Exhale to rebend. Keep that going. You can combine this with lion's breath if you want to. On your next exhale, stick out your tongue. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Once more, this is Fierce Goddess Kali. Inhale to rise. Let's go to the other side now. Dropping our hands for a moment. Shrug your shoulders and take the other foot out straight with the back foot turned to a slight angle on this left leg. Bend the left knee, looking forward like you would in warrior. With an inhale, reach the hands up, straightening that front leg. As you exhale, press the hands forward and the palms to that side. Keep that going with an inhale to rise and an exhale to engage. And we take 5 more big breaths. Getting into the feet, getting into the back heel again, the back glute. Noticing your breath sweeping through, clearing this side, inviting in the transforming energy with softness as well. Noticing the breath and the space around you. One more time as you inhale to rise and exhale to ground, feeling into your strength. Reach the arms wide again to the sides and turn the feet parallel. Last time, check that they're parallel, maybe the big toes turned in a little bit. Turn the palms up, lift your hearts and the shoulders back again. And as you look forward or up, just imagine you're expanding your light in all directions as you are. Your aura, your heart field, magnificent around you, shining bright light into the world, through your space, through with your breath, expanding your heart. And imagining a dream again. What would you like to happen in your life? And let's just focus with our breath here for a moment, breathing with this dream, breathing with this balance, breathing with our breath, with transforming. Great, taking your hands down and relaxing your shoulders. Let's bend the knees and turn the feet out. We'll just have a dipping action from opposite shoulder to knee. Feel the legs strong, but softening as much as you can as well. Feeling into the softness as you dip down through the shoulders, the side body, the sides of the spine. And let's take one more to each side, ending on your opposite side again. Trying to draw lower belly in for these last 2, a little bit more. So feel the lower belly drawing in, and this protects our lower back and helps really strengthen our core. Great, coming to center, take your hands to your knees just for a moment. Lift your heart, send the hips back slightly and just feel the stretch there. Great, pressing the ground away. Let's turn our feet towards each other, heel toe them in. And move the inner feet so they're touching now. Hands together, please. Notice this line through your body, from the soles of your feet to the crown of the head. And a slight swaying perhaps to keep the balance. As you press your palms together, feeling into the center line of you. Closing your eyes again. One more breath. Okay, let's step our left foot behind our right. Bring both hands up overhead, please, and holding onto your left wrist, crescent to the right. As you stretch through the left side of your body, maybe you bend your knees a little bit down. Feel the breath through the lungs expanding to the sides again. And one more breath, maybe you look up, relaxing your jaw. And then coming back to center. Let's step the feet together once more. Take the palms to the front space and the hands down for a moment. Then let's go to the other side, stepping your right foot behind, holding onto your right wrist and arching to the left. Slight bend of your knees to get into this side. Maybe look forward or up. If you did so, looking up again, softening your jaw, your face, breathing through. Taking one more breath. Great, let's come back to center. This time stepping the feet a little bit wider. I'm going to take our right hand to our belly, left hand over right, dantian. Sealing this into our womb, or if we have this space of our creation here, allowing this space of creation of water, moon energy of our sacral chakra to ignite how we create in our life and how we can balance with our breath. Sealing this in, honoring this, blessing this, taking a few more breaths, please. Softening your shoulders, softening your face, your jaw. Great, let's step the feet wide again. Turn the toes out a little bit. Turn one foot out a bit more, just like we did before. And this time we're going to sweep the opposite arm round in a big circle. You can bend the knee as the arm goes towards that side and straighten. Maybe the other hand is on your thigh, or you could wrap it round the back to make it a little bit harder if you want to. Let's take 5 more big circles on this side. So we roughly do about 8 on each side. Noticing the sweep, easing out tension. Combining the sweep with your breath. And one more big circle. Great, and this next circle, we'll keep this foot in the hand as you were, and then reach down to the ground in your own way. Take the back heel off the ground, so we're in a lunge. Maybe the hand that was around your back, if it was, or on your thigh, stays there wherever it was. Maybe this hand reaches to the space behind you a little bit, and you look to the back area, looking over that shoulder, turning and revolving into your twist. One more breath here, feeling the stretch to the outer hip. Great, bringing both hands to the ground, turn to the center point, and then let's level our feet, turning the big toes to be parallel. All the big toes are turned in slightly a bit more. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold into a wide leg stretch. And just soften your shoulders here. Let the shoulders maybe have a shrugging action again, one way. And then the other. Lift your shoulders away from your ears as you lengthen your head down. Take 3 more breaths with a slight tiny bend in your knees. Tilt the pelvis, feel the inner thighs again. Draw up through lower belly. 1 more breath, inhaling to lengthen. And exhaling to fold, feeling the ground, drawing lower belly in. Okay, let's turn to the other side. The other foot moves out to be straight and carefully rise up to the top again. Okay, let's circle the opposite arm towards that leg. And again, in your own way, you start to bend and straighten the leg or keep the knees slightly bent. Feeling into this side, sweeping round, and let's take 5 more big breaths. You slow it right down, opening through the shoulder. Maybe the hand that's on the thigh reaches behind the back again to reach a bit more for these last few. Cycling, opening, swaying with the breeze of your breath. Great, this next time the hand goes down to the ground again, turning the back heel up, looking to the side and moving the shoulder back. The hand can stay as it was on your thigh or behind the back, or we reach it into space, looking towards that thumb, peeling the shoulder back, feeling the outer hip stretch, being long through our legs. Taking 1 more breath here, please, lifting your heart with your inhale. And exhale, softening as much as you can. Taking both hands inside that foot and turning back to the front edge of your mat. Turning both feet parallel again, or the big toes are slightly turned inwards even more. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Let's keep the hands reaching as far as we can now. Maybe you walk them tiny bit. Maybe you stay on the fingertips, or you can even have blocks in front of you as well, or something in front to hold on to if that helps. And just keep looking forwards. Bend the knees a little bit to tilt the pelvis. Feel into the inner thighs, the lower belly drawing in. Notice the lower belly drawing in helps to really protect your lower back again as we lengthen through the lower back, lifting our heart forward, soften shoulders away from the ears. Try and find the softness and the strength once again. Let's have 1 more breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, drawing lower belly in, feeling the ground. And then moving your feet, heel toe them towards each other once again. Take a forward fold now, wrapping our hands behind our calves, behind the legs. Maybe you just have hold of the back of the calves if that's best for you, or you can cross the forearms over. Maybe you're staying looking forwards, or you're dangling your head down. Lifting your shoulders away from your ears. Just have a dangle here, maybe a sway if you like. And then let's either take the feet out to be diagonal for a squat, if that's suitable for you. Hands to your heart, elbows into the inner knees, and hips are lowered. Or if that's not suitable for you, let's come down onto the ground, because we'll be doing that soon. And you can sit either kneeling or cross-legged. So if you're in squat, taking a few more breaths. If you've chosen to sit on the ground, just enjoying your breath. If you're in squat, lengthening through your spine, hips to the earth, and head towards the sky. Feel the back of the body leaning back slightly. Feel your heels, the toes all on the ground. 1 more breath. Great, let's lower down carefully. And everybody bringing the soles of the feet together, please. And your knees wide in Baddha Konasana. First of all, we'll take a softer variation, moving the feet forward, creating the diamond shape for Tadasana Starseed. Our hands underneath our calves, wrap them around the front of the shins, nestle down through your shoulders, and notice your hips. Maybe move the feet slightly more forward or the hips slightly back. So you have a nice stretch through the lower back, and allow your breath to soften you as much as you can again. Maybe you're sighing out. Maybe you're noticing your jaw and swaying your jaw from side to side. Maybe you're opening your jaw wide, releasing any face tension. As you breathe, noticing your breath to the back of the body, the back of the lungs, back of your heart. Each breath clearing, refreshing. Saying thank you to your body. Thank you to all of your body, all of the movements throughout the day, all of your organs. And saying thank you to your mind, all of the communication of yourself, this communication with the world all around you. Saying thank you to your heart. You breathe deep, being with the teachings of your heart, the growth of your heart. Taking a few more breaths, noticing the back of your body again, your lower back, your kidneys, the breath swelling through the back ribs. Noticing your shoulders relaxing, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your eyes and the backs of your eyes. Great, let's slowly rise up and take our hands behind. Just shuffle your feet and your legs to shake them out a little bit. I'll take our feet hip distance apart, hands behind the hips, the same distance as the feet are in front of the hips, more or less. So trying to just get the hands back a bit more. You can stay here and just enjoy your shoulders moving back and the stretch across your collarbones, and that could be enough for you. Press your feet down, or as you press the feet down, we lift the hips up to come into reverse tabletop. You can look down the body, check everything's level. Ignite your glutes if you're lifted. Ignite the legs, press the toes to the ground. Maybe you look up to the sky, lift through the front of your body a bit more. Feel the shoulders stretch, press to your hands. One more breath. Great, everybody. Pressing the ground away through your 4 feet and hands, these 4 points. And then lowering down. Well done. Let's take our feet together again, the soles of the feet. Move the heels now towards your pelvis as close as it's comfy for you. Knees out to the sides. You can hold on to your ankles and butterfly your knees in little pulsing motions to work your inner thighs, and this also stretches around the whole of your pelvis to your lower back. Sit straight with a tall spine, softening your shoulders away from your ears, lifting your heart. We'll take a few more breaths here. Maybe with this pulsing butterfly breath, make a funny noise through your lips as you breathe out. And we relax our lips, our jaw like this. Let's try that one more time. Inhale into the purr and making that funny noise. Great, we can still our knees. Maybe you stay seated and you're just lengthening, enjoying that. You can take your hands and start to massage your feet and the soles of the feet, the inner arches. Or we're folding and we're massaging as well. And as you fold, perhaps you turn the soles of your feet up towards the sky a bit more, pressing into the balls of the feet, pressing into the toes, massaging your inner arches, massaging down to the inner heels where your sacrum, your lower back and the lower organs points are there. And as you massage up your inner arches, that's your spine, and massaging into the center of the middle of your feet, all of the organs, the center towards the top of the foot, towards the ball part of the foot, your heart and your lungs. And if there's any points of your feet that are a bit sensitive, spend some more time there. You can always type into Google reflexology chart and look up the reflexology points and notice if any sensitive points coincide with anything that you intuitively know and would like to realize about your body and the health of your body. As you massage your toes, come up to the senses or head, and the center of the top of the big toe, pituitary gland. And as you massage, try to get into between the toes, even if you have socks on like me. Get in between the toes a little bit. And this links to the systems of your body, your immune system, lymphatic, digestive. And sweep down the front of your feet. As you start to come up, start to take the hands back, and you can shake the legs forward, shake out through your legs once again. Let's pat down our legs, pat down all the way. Pat up through the sides of the legs. And then this time, making little fists, pat down the inside of the leg. Make little fists on the outside of the legs, coming all the way up to the top. Do that a few more times, please. Like you're rowing a boat with this patting motion. Inside the legs as you go down, and the outsides of the legs to your hips as you come up. One more time, well done. Great, as you come up this time, let's pat the back of our hips, our kidneys, the top of the hips, the lower back. And put a bit more pressure on for a few more pats. Great, and then soften, maybe shrugging your shoulders if you activated them at all. Move your thighs out to the sides, moving the legs to be both straight and even, the feet parallel, spreading your toes to activate the width of your feet and switch on both feet to be equal and activated. And you can have your feet a little bit further apart or closer together, whatever feels the best for your body. Notice your shoulders over your hips. And let's take our hands to the sides. Either the fingertips are pointing forwards, drawing your shoulder blades back, or we turn the fingers to the back space, and this possibly draws the shoulders back a bit more, lifting your heart. Lengthening through in Dandasana staff pose, just like our mountain standing pose to prepare. Legs are active, switch on your muscles of your thighs. Spreading the toes again, activating the feet, looking forwards, long tall spine. Take our forward fold. With an inhale, reach the hands up overhead, lengthening to your fingertips. As you exhale, hovering, draw lower belly in, looking forwards. Inhale to reach a bit further forwards. And exhale, take the hands down, either to the sides of your legs, wherever is comfortable as you bend your elbows, or towards your feet, holding on to your feet if you have that availability, the sides of the feet, or first 2 fingers and thumbs to your big toes. Keep looking forwards and projecting your heart forwards. And Keep trying to soften as well, as much as you can with your shoulders, your face, feeling into the softness. Drawing lower belly in to activate and protect your lower back and the stretch there. And keep the hips moving back, so as if you could tilt the pelvis and feel the sit bones tilting back. And this awareness from your sit bones to your heels, lengthening through your heart, your spine, your body, lifting. And exhale to soften, keeping the gaze long beyond the toes. Inhale to rise if you like a bit of movement. And exhale to bow down, blessing your body. Let's take 3 more breaths like this, please. Breathing deep. Well done, everyone. And the last breath, possibly sighing out or lion's breath. Coming up slowly to the top. Let's reach our hands up, looking up, activate your feet, your toes. Now exhale, take the hands down. Soften your shoulders, and we can take the feet and to the top of the mat, bend the knees, bring the hips a bit further forward. Let's lower back down to our backs now, using our core to help us lower. And do this as slowly as possible, or just move with what's right for your body today. If it's best to lower a bit quicker, noticing your core as you lower. Soften your shoulders, lift your hands overhead, reach to the fingers and the toes, straightening the whole body. Let's take the right wrist and take both hands over to the left, both feet over to the left, step the right foot on top of the left foot perhaps, and keeping both hips level to the ground as you soften your shoulders, enjoying your breath through again. Maybe a sigh out with each exhale, noticing this side that's been stretched, the whole of your right side. Noticing the breath expanding your right lung, your right rib cage. Noticing the right front of hip and side of hip and around to the back body, around to your sacrum, all around your right hip. Breathing up through your body, noticing your right shoulder, around your right shoulder to the back of the shoulder, melting to the ground. Taking one more breath, please. Sighing out if you like. Coming back to center with hands and feet. Stretch to the fingers and toes again as you inhale. Now exhale, relaxing. Let's take our left wrist now and both hands over to the right. Both feet over to the right lower corner, and maybe you step the left foot over the right ankle again. Keeping the hips level, glutes to the ground, back on the ground, and notice this left side. Bring into the softness of your breath again. Inviting the softness through. Inviting the stretch to deepen your experience of your breath. Breathing into this left lung, the left rib cage, the left side. Breathing around your left hip, around the front, to the back of the sacrum, circling with your breath. Breathing up through your body, expanding again, and around your left shoulder, easing the back of the shoulder blade, melting it to the earth, relaxing your jaw, your face. One more big breath, please. And then coming back to a center point. Let's stretch actually the arms long and the feet again, reaching with an inhale, lengthening, as you exhale, softening, and then drawing your feet in to your body slowly, dragging your hands to your knees, your shins slowly. You can have a rock from side to side, rocking back of the body, massaging your hips, your shoulders, your back. Let's take one more posture to each side, spinal twist. So we either just drop the knees over to the right, to your left, or you wrap your right leg over your left a bit more for twisted roots as you drop the knees over to the left. Take the right arm away from your body at shoulder height. Maybe you bend the right elbow, palm turned up, and you look towards that right side. Softening your right shoulder, noticing the breath again, softness through, breathing deep, allowing your breath to expand, creating this energy of transformation, of rebirth. Taking one more big breath, please. Great, let's bring our knees back to center and rock from side to side a bit, massaging our back again, softening shoulders, face. When you're ready, dropping the knees over to the left. Again, if you did so on the other side, wrapping to the right, the left leg over right. As you drop the knees over to the right this time, taking your left arm away from your body and your hand, palm turned up to the side. Maybe the elbow is bent if you did so last time. Looking to the left as you turn your gaze, softening your jaw, maybe closing your eyes, breathing through, feeling the breath expanding, feeling the softness, feeling the breath transforming and easing out the tension. Taking a few more breaths, please. Noticing the sound of your breath. Then we'll slowly come back to our center again. Hug our knees in. And taking both knees out to the side, slightly you can hold the front of the knees or the back of the thighs. Flex the feet up to the sky and spread the toes, activating the feet again. Either keeping your hands here and drawing the knees down a bit more, noticing the back flat on the ground, pressing it to the ground a bit with your awareness, and feel the width of your back, the width of your shoulders, your hips, the lower back, widening to the ground. If you want to take the stretch a bit further, you can hold on to your shins, pull the knees a bit more actively, or full child's pose, hands to the outer feet, or first two fingers and thumbs to the big toes, whatever feels best. Maybe you have a sway from side to side. And perhaps you play with your legs, taking one foot out, straightening that leg and bending the other knee, and then going to the other side when you're ready, just having a play, easing at the breeze of your breath. Explore your stretch and movement with softness, softening your shoulders, softening your jaw, softening the backs of the eyes again. Let's take a few more breaths here, maybe swaying as you massage your shoulders, your hips. And then bring your knees together. Maybe your head goes to your knees to seal this into a ball, a seed within you. And when you're ready, coming to a form of Shavasana, relaxation shape with your body, creating whatever is best to fully receive and relax. Maybe the arms are away from the body, palms turned up, and the legs are long with the feet flopped out to the sides in traditional Shavasana, corpse pose. Or if you like any variation, taking hands to your belly, to your heart, to your body, with the knees to be bent and the inner knees to be touching. If you have any lower back issues, bending your knees and the inner knees touching with the feet wide and parallel is really good for resetting your lower back, restorative rest. As you soften now fully, allowing the whole of your body to soften, to let go. Taking a few deep breaths, maybe sighing out, relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw. And then allowing the breath to be very soft as your own inner caress, as your own life force recycling with softness inside of you. This softness moving through every part of you, softening down through the whole of you, from your head, softening your forehead, the backs of your eyes, softening your cheekbones, your jaw, softening your ears, softening down through your throat and your neck, softening across your shoulders, your collarbones, softening down through your arms, your hands, your fingers and thumbs. Softening down through your torso, all the way down your spine, softening your belly, softening your lower back, softening your hips, your glutes, your pelvis, softening down through your legs, your feet, softening all your toes, the soles of your feet. Feeling this wave of softness with your breath, moving through you, each breath transforming. Inviting this softness into any parts of you where you feel hard at the moment. In your own way, softening even more. And I read a quote by Victoria Erickson. When you reach your edge, soften. Soften until you slip through the constraints and can create a new rhythm, a new route, a new release. Soften, soften, soften. With love and peace from your heart, all the way through you with this softness, sending love and peace out to the world. As you start to seal this in your own way, thanking and blessing yourself, your space, and sending these thanks and blessings out to the world. Trying to move your fingers, thumbs and toes and stretch. Stretching as you wake for your day, for your week. Remembering to feel into your strength with softness, softening and being in your center and your strength with this softness. Come to a seated position, please. Bring your hands to your heart when you're ready. Along to your spine, softening shoulders. As you bow your head to your heart, bowing